Oh.
You see those large, heavily armed men? They suspect you have killed their leader, and they want you dead.
Quick?
Okay, action!
Buddies?
We're just actors!
Buddy?
That was perfect!
Hello, my name is Michael Morley, and I'm here to review Minions and Monsters, directed by Pierre Coffin. This is the rabunctious, ridiculous, and totally true story of how the Minions conquered Hollywood, became movie stars, lost everything, unleashed monsters onto the world, and then banded together to try and save the planet from the mayhem they had just created. This is the continuation of the now official trilogy of the Minions. They are 3 movies now, and there are 4 films based on the Despicable Me franchise, and we've got 3 Minions movies. Look, I gotta say this franchise has been hotcakes. They sell like hotcakes, they make money. This is the type of franchise where you either like it or you don't. There is definitely a niche audience for this kind of franchise. There are people that love the Minions, that absolutely adore them. They love them. They think they're hilarious and they can't get enough of them. I am one of those people that can't stand the gibberish. Look, it works to a certain extent. These characters, to me, really blossom when they are the supporting characters, when they are the side characters, when they are doing things in the background where the main character is doing something and they're doing something hilarious in the background. That, to me, works. That's why I love the Despicable Me movies more than the Minions franchise. Despicable Me movies are way better, they're better made, and they got better stories. I will say, out of all the Minions movies, Minions The Rise of Gru, that one was actually a good one, because it was literally Despicable Me 0, because it was the origin of Gru when he was young and how he became the Gru that we know today from all the Despicable Me movies. You get the vibe that this story is ridiculous. It is over the top, but there are definitely funny moments in these films. This one definitely has funny pop culture moments that had me cracking up. I was laughing at the pop culture, the Hollywood stuff from the 1920s, that the Minions have been here for a long time, and they have had more people that they have. They're just a bunch of followers. They're like people that have a boss and they get told what to do and they do it. They're like slaves, and they've had a history of other people other than Gru. They're literally failing at every time. There's always some boss or someone that they follow and something bad happens. And it focuses on 2 new characters who are actually the original Minions, even though they are new to this franchise. James and Henry. These characters, they're the main characters. We get to see them go to Hollywood. We get to see them become movie stars. The Minions become famous. The head of the studio introduces sound. This is where it stuffs it up for them because they can't speak English. They speak gibberish. They give them English lines. They talk gibberish. This movie is a family PG rated film, but it's definitely on the nose. They have a character who's one of the Minions who is claimed to be the bully, the boss of the Minions, and his name is Dick. You can tell that that is very on the nose, and then that they call him Dick Richard. If you know what I mean by the name Richard and Dick, you know that there's a certain word, Richard Cranium, look it up. This film is incredibly on the nose, and anyone that's an adult will know what it means, and I was definitely cracking up at certain elements of this movie. Yeah, I think that there's going to be an audience for this film. I just can't stand sitting through an hour and a half of gibberish. It's just, I can't stand it. I think an hour and a half, my God, if this movie went any longer, I would have walked out. I'm not saying the movie is bad. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying it gets very irritating to hear gibberish throughout the whole entire movie. Yes, there are characters that speak. There are supporting characters that have lines, that speak English to push the story along so we know what's actually going on. Because if it was just Minions, it would just be plain gibberish. And you've got actors, great actors in the film like Jeff Bridges, Christoph Waltz, Allison Janney, Jesse Eisenberg, and you even got South Park's Dre Parker in there, and there's a lot of great talent in this film. Allison Janney is literally the character who's the narrator for the film. She narrates it, tells the story, so we know what's going on. Would I watch this again? Look, if my nephews were around, I would put it on in the background for them to watch it, but I would not be focused on it. 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, le mega cute!